Hey guys, it's Steven with Foxtrot Family Law, checking in on a Saturday late in 2020 at the Huntsville office of Foxtrot Family Law. We've also got a Gunnersville location if you're in that area, but we represent committed parents and caring relatives all over North Alabama. If you can't come in for an in-person consultation, certainly we can schedule a teleconference for you, and you can even do that online at www.thinkfoxtrot.com, and that link will be in the description below. So the question for the day is, with a lot of football games happening, American football games happening here towards the end of the year, the beginning of 2020, and I think this is going to be a question that comes up more and more as the information and the science gets better on injuries stemming from participation in American football. Some really sad stuff going on with retired NFL players. We saw this year some of that trickling into even college football. So scary stuff. I know we all love football. We love to watch it on TV. We love to support our NFL teams, our college teams. But from a child custody perspective, what's going to be the decision? And maybe even more importantly, who is going to make the decision about whether your child participates in American traditional full contact pads tackle football? The first thing you need to be cautious of, beware joint legal custody with no other qualification whatsoever. If your custody order says joint legal custody with sole physical custody to mom, subject to visitation for dad, or whatever. I mean, 85% of what we deal with certainly is physical custody, where the child is and when they're there, physical custody visitation issues. But something like, I don't want my child playing full contact tackle football, but the other side does. The other side played football in high school or whatever the backstory is. And so now you've got two people with equal decision-making authority at a deadlock on an important decision. What you're looking at in that case, it's not where the child is and when they're there from a scheduling perspective. It's legal custody and who has the final authoritative tie-breaking decision regarding what extracurricular activities or what school activities at a certain level, certainly, the child participates in. The law in Alabama, one of the times they've done a good job, the Alabama legislature has done a good job writing the child custody laws and adopting those into the Alabama code, is that you can still have joint legal custody, because most agreements are going to have that, barring extreme, outside the standard deviation circumstances. So you can say both parents have joint legal custody, but here's the deal. Both parents are encouraged to discuss this decision or shall discuss the decision sometimes, shall consider each other's viewpoints. However, at the end of the day, this parent or this relative custodian or whoever rather, is going to make the final decision as to this issue. And that's it. End of story, end of discussion. You've got different categories like extracurricular activities, school zone. Let's say you have joint physical custody, joint legal custody, but both parents live in different school zones. Who's going to make the final decision as to what address everybody uses to decide what school to go to? I mean, we get into this stuff, right? So be cautious of joint legal custody across the board, because remember, as you're watching these football games throughout the holiday season and New Year's and into the playoffs and the NFL season, this is a golden age for American football. And a lot of parents that I talk to and work with, a lot of parents I hear about on the news and the media and elsewhere, I'm not sure American football is going to be the classic apple pie kind of sport that it's been for some time. And somebody needs to be making those decisions. And if it's not clear, it's going to end up on my desk. It's going to end up on a judge's desk. And these are important issues, especially considering the gravity of some of these conditions, some of these injuries that are arising out of American football. Listen, Nobody loves football more than, well, I'm sure some people do, but figuratively speaking, nobody loves football more than I do and that we do at Foxtrot Family Law. But we need to go into these things with our eyes wide open. And parents can reasonably disagree on whether or not Junior or Sally needs to run out there and get knocked around at 12 years old, at 15 years old, 16, 17 years old. Take a look. I'm going to put the code section below. That's 30-3-151 that talks about specifying joint legal custody in different categories and different decision-making processes. So that link will be below, but it needs to be in your order. Otherwise, you're going to be at a stalemate, and that's not where you want to be. Hopefully, take this information, take some effective action on behalf of you, your child, and your family. If this has been helpful, you can certainly like, comment, or subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram and whatever other social media that you enjoy using. We're probably there trying to reach out, provide some helpful information so you can be more effective in your child custody case.